Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia, and it is well, it's turning out to be a lovely afternoon in Richmond. Some sunshine is starting, but of course the sun's going to be setting in about an hour. This weekend is a detail weekend on the N scale layout. I've got a variety of small things that I'm trying to get accomplished. And I'll kind of walk you through real quick what I've been doing, and then we'll run some trains. So over here, I painted the little wooden laser kit the same color as that other bridge that I put in much earlier. What I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be cutting up cardboard strips and build up the foundations around both bridges, to kind of get it set so that I can start to do a little scenery around it, get to the levels that they are. Then I can start to build riverbed and all that. That'll come a little bit later. But I want to at least get that moving along. I built this last night from a kit. It's probably not going to be in that spot, but it is going to be somewhere over here in this new industrial area. There's going to be a road going under the other part of it so that I can have heavier items coming in on flat cars, gondolas, and then transfer over to trucks, which makes sense in the area that I've got over here. I added more posts on that side of the freight depot. Used sort of a tan color on those. Put those in today using the exact same technique as I did before. Cutting some craft pins, using a larger craft pin to do a pilot hole, and then putting them in. Also went through my odds and ends box and found a few road signs that are N scale that actually fit with what I'm doing. So just a couple of them in so far. I'll put in more, and I've still got to put in some white lines and stop signs and other things. That'll come a little later. Coming on down this way, I spent part of the morning coming along the edge, and I've got that detailed out. One thing that I will do at some point is this part of the pink foam board, I will paint the same color, that dark forest green, as I have over on the HO layout. That'll be a project for another day. Coming over this way, I put together the last of the 3 wooden signs that I have. I figured the mobile gas would be a good one for that factory. They've always got fuel pumps and other fuel-related things. They've got to make them at some point, so they might as well make them here. Still waiting on Quonset huts to come in before I do the parking lot and other things over there. But I am making some progress. So what I'll do for the next clip on this one will be just to show the cardboard strips and just sort of the ground form over on the trestles. Still got other things that I need to do on the trestles as well, like build that one so that the tracks are not just hanging in the air. That, again, will be coming at a later date. So show a little bit more and then run some trains. We'll keep this video kind of on the short side. Sunday afternoon. And I've been out on the layout for a little while today. Been putting in some of the cardboard. I did not get to it last night. It was a beautiful evening, so decided to go for a walk instead. So what I've done is I've cut up some cardboard, set it in just to kind of do the outline of how this is going to be. Now this is just rough. Everything is going to be covered. It's going to have... what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Sculpt-A-Mold down for the base to kind of form the bed. When I get to areas like that, I'm going to do the sides with Sculpt-A-Mold first, kind of carve them a little bit. I'll put this bridge back in because I don't have it glued, it's just sitting there. Then I'll build up Sculpt-A-Mold on either side, and then I'm going to pour just a little bit of plaster in here to kind of fill in the low spots. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'll come back in and put in gravel and rock and sand to finish off the riverbed. Also established which direction my river is flowing. It is going that way from here to here. And I already had that pretty well figured out because when I was cutting the bridge, I did not cut it exactly how I wanted it, so my supports are not going deep, so I'm going to build up the riverbed. And when I come over to here, the bridge that I've got, the bridge kit goes from here to about here. So I'll be cutting this piece out, which makes sense. This will be a wider river in this area. Start to go in through some of the narrows. It'll drop in elevation quick until I get into this area here, where it'll be not a deep canyon by any means, even on N scale, but just a nice gorge. Then it starts to widen out again down near the end. So that makes sense from a flow perspective on how this is going to look. But I'll probably start putting in some of the plaster mold this week. So those will be some segments probably coming up in the next video. As I've been adding some details and finding some things in my junk box, I've still got a lot of stuff to put on, but I did come across these. So figured that'd look good in that elevated pasture land. I might have to put a bit of a fence up yet, because if some of the local kids came over and did some cow tipping, the results would be disastrous. Wouldn't be a whole lot left of Bessie by the time I got down to the bottom. And one last little segment for today's video. The 1,000 subscriber contest. We are getting close, folks. Right now, at the time that I record this, we are 20 away from 1,000 for subscribers. So again, thank you all so very much. Big shout out to Cousin Vinny. Cousin Vinny did a shout out for me on his Friday night show, and it is much appreciated. It definitely gave me a few extra folks that came over and joined up. So, Cousin Vinny, thank you very much, sir. Always appreciated. So that is it for this one. Next one, probably next weekend. Take care, everybody, and keep having fun on your layouts.